ये आकाशवाणी है। अब आप विमलेंदु पांडे से समाचार सुनिए। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने कहा है कि भारतीय अर्थव्यवस्था के मूल आधार मजबूत हैं और इसमें तेजी से विकास करने की क्षमता मौजूद है। नीति आयोग में अर्थशास्त्रियों और प्रमुख उद्योगपतियों के साथ कल एक बैठक में श्री मोदी ने कहा कि पर्यटन, शहरी विकास, बुनियादी ढांचे और कृषि आधारित जैसे क्षेत्रों में अर्थव्यवस्था को आगे ले जाने और रोजगार के अवसर उत्पन्न करने की बड़ी क्षमता है। उन्होंने 50 खरब डॉलर की अर्थव्यवस्था का लक्ष्य हासिल करने के लिए सभी संबद्ध पक्षों से प्रयास करने का आह्वान किया। श्री मोदी ने कहा कि भारत असीमित संभावनाओं वाला देश है। उन्होंने वास्तविकता और परिकल्पना के बीच के अंतर को पाटने के लिए सभी संबंधित पक्षों से अपने सामर्थ्य के अनुसार योगदान करने का आग्रह किया। 2021 की जनगणना इस साल 1 अप्रैल से शुरू होगी और 30 सितंबर तक चलेगी। जनगणना कर्मी घरों की सूची तैयार करने से संबंधित चरण के दौरान परिवार के मुखिया के मोबाइल नंबर, टेलीविजन, इंटरनेट, वाहनों, पीने के पानी के स्रोत और शौचालय सहित कई जानकारी मांगेंगे। 2021 की जनगणना परंपरागत कागज और कलम के जरिए नहीं बल्कि एक मोबाइल फोन के माध्यम से की जाएगी। चुनावी बॉन्डों की 13वीं श्रृंखला की बिक्री इस महीने की 13 से 22 तारीख के बीच की जाएगी। राजनीतिक चंदे में पारदर्शिता लाने के प्रयासों के तहत राजनीतिक दलों को दी जाने वाली नकद धनराशि के विकल्प के रूप में चुनावी बॉन्ड शुरू किए गए हैं। वित्त मंत्रालय ने कहा है कि भारतीय स्टेट बैंक को अपनी 29 शाखाओं के माध्यम से चुनावी बॉन्ड जारी करने और भुनाने के लिए अधिकृत किया गया है। चुनावी बॉन्डों के पहले संस्करण की बिक्री मार्च 2018 में की गई थी। स्कूली विद्यार्थियों के साथ प्रधानमंत्री की बातचीत परीक्षा पर चर्चा का तीसरा सत्र 20 जनवरी को नई दिल्ली के तालकटोरा स्टेडियम में होगा। इसमें पूरे देश से 2000 से अधिक विद्यार्थी, अभिभावक और शिक्षक भाग लेंगे। इस कार्यक्रम का प्रसारण आकाशवाणी और दूरदर्शन से किया जाएगा। देश में सभी स्कूलों के कक्षा 6 से 12 के विद्यार्थियों से इस कार्यक्रम को सुनने का अनुरोध किया गया है। ये कार्यक्रम दूरदर्शन के डीडी नेशनल, दूरदर्शन समाचार, डीडी इंडिया तथा आकाशवाणी के मीडियम वेव और एफएम चैनलों पर उपलब्ध रहेगा। मानव संसाधन विकास मंत्रालय के सचिव अमित खरे ने जवाहरलाल नेहरू विश्वविद्यालय से आए अध्यापक संघ के अध्यक्ष प्रोफेसर डीके लाबियाल और छात्र संघ के अध्यक्ष आयशी घोष के नेतृत्व में प्रतिनिधिमंडल से कल नई दिल्ली में बातचीत की। श्री खरे ने छात्रों को जवाहरलाल नेहरू विश्वविद्यालय में उत्पन्न स्थिति से निपटने और अन्य मुद्दों पर बातचीत करने के लिए आज दोपहर बाद फिर आमंत्रित किया है। दुबई में भारतीय दूतावास तत्काल योजना के तहत कुछ शर्तों के साथ उसी दिन पासपोर्ट जारी करेगा। प्रवासी भारतीय दिवस समारोह के अवसर पर कल महावाणिज्य दूत विपुल ने ये घोषणा की। उन्होंने कहा कि पासपोर्ट के लिए आवेदन दोपहर से पहले करना होगा और इसके लिए अतिरिक्त शुल्क भी लिया जाएगा। आवेदक को पासपोर्ट शाम तक उपलब्ध करा दिया जाएगा। आज विश्व हिंदी दिवस है। हिंदी भाषा के विश्व भर में प्रसार के उद्देश्य से हर वर्ष ये दिवस मनाया जाता है। इस अवसर पर आज कई कार्यक्रम आयोजित किए जा रहे हैं। पहला विश्व हिंदी दिवस 2006 में नागपुर में मनाया गया था। तब से ये प्रत्येक वर्ष 10 जनवरी को मनाया जाता है। विश्व हिंदी दिवस पर शुभकामनाएं देते हुए सूचना और प्रसारण मंत्री प्रकाश जावड़ेकर ने कहा कि हिंदी और भारतीय भाषाएं बहुत ही सुंदर हैं। उन्होंने कहा कि भारतीय भाषाओं का उपयोग वेब और मोबाइल पर बढ़ रहा है। असम के गुवाहाटी में आज खेलो इंडिया के भव्य उद्घाटन की सभी तैयारियां पूरी कर ली गई हैं। तीसरे युवा खेलों में देश के विभिन्न हिस्सों से 6,500 एथलीट 20 स्पर्धाओं में भाग लेंगे। खेलो इंडिया के मुख्य कार्यकारी अधिकारी अविनाश जोशी ने बताया कि गुवाहाटी के साथ साथ पूरा देश इस भव्य उद्घाटन का साक्षी होगा। उत्तर प्रदेश में पौष पूर्णिमा के अवसर पर आज लाखों श्रद्धालु नदियों में स्नान कर रहे हैं। इसके साथ ही ये समाचार बुलेटिन समाप्त हुआ।
Welcome to our program International News, where we bring you news from across the globe. I'm Paul Thottam. The headlines. Washington says Iranian air defense missiles accidentally brought down Ukrainian airliner that killed all 176 people aboard. Tehran challenges international suggestions. Australia government issues new warnings and evacuation notices across the heavily populated southeast in the wake of huge bushfires. In United Kingdom, House of Commons clears Brexit bill, paving way for Britain's exit from the European Union on January 31st. And in sports, world champion PV Sindhu to take on Chinese Taipei shuttler Tai Zhu-ying in the women's singles quarter-final match of Malaysia Masters Super 500 badminton tournament in Kuala Lumpur today. And the third and final T20 international cricket match between India and Sri Lanka to be played in Pune. India leads the series 1-0. US officials have said that the Ukrainian airliner that crashed in Iran, killing all 176 people aboard, was most likely brought down accidentally by Iranian air defense missiles. One US official said American satellites had detected the launch of 2 missiles shortly before the plane crashed, followed by evidence of an explosion. 2 officials said Washington believes the downing of the plane was accidental. US President Donald Trump also said that the crash could have been a mistake. Ukraine has outlined 4 potential scenarios to explain the crash, including a missile strike. Iran has challenged international suggestions that the Ukrainian airliner was mistakenly downed by an Iranian missile. Iranian government urged Canada to share its information after Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said multiple intelligence sources indicate that Iran shot down the Boeing airliner after it took off from Tehran on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Iranian authorities said that the Ukrainian airliner, which crashed shortly after takeoff from Tehran with the loss of all 176 people on board, had turned back after experiencing a problem. Iranian Civil Aviation Organization has said on its website that the plane, which was initially headed west to leave the airport zone, turned right following a problem and was headed back to the airport at the moment of the crash. It said the plane disappeared from the radar screens and moment it reached 8,000 feet. The pilot sent no radio message about the unusual circumstances. The organization added that eyewitnesses have said a fire was seen on board the plane, which grew in intensity. The organization said it has questioned witnesses both on the ground and on board a second aircraft which was flying above the Ukrainian Boeing 737 as the disaster unfolded. In Iraq, 2 blasts have been reported in the capital Baghdad. The explosions come hours after US President Donald Trump addressed the nation on Wednesday night. There are reports that 2 explosions were heard coming from the direction of the heavily fortified Green Zone. Green Zone, which is a protected area in Baghdad, houses the US Embassy, government buildings, and other foreign missions. US Defense Secretary Mark Esper has said that the United States has re-established some deterrence towards Iran in the wake of last Friday's drone strike. The strike killed Iranian General Qasem Soleimani in Baghdad. Esper told reporters that the strike US took against Kateb Hezbollah in late December and then last week are indications that it has restored a level of deterrence with them. Esper's comments came after Iran fired a volley of ballistic missiles into 2 bases in Iraq that houses US troops in response to Soleimani's killing. No US or Iraqi personnel were killed in those strikes, and reports said the US knew that an attack was coming. The Pentagon said its own early warning systems detected the incoming missiles in advance, allowing personnel to avoid injury. US Joint Chiefs Chairman General Mark Milley dismissed suggestions that Iran did not intend to kill Americans with its missile barrage. He said Based on the field evidence, it is understood that they intended to cause structural damage, destroy equipment and aircraft, and to kill army personnel. While calling for restraint by all parties, Saudi Arabia condemned the violations of the sovereignty of Iraq by Iran by targeting two of its air bases. In a statement, the Saudi Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that in light of the developments in which Iran targeted two Iraqi military bases where the international coalition forces to fight ISIS were present, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia condemns these attacks and denounces their violation of the Iraqi sovereignty. The statement further said that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia called for the need to exercise restraint by all parties and avoid escalation in order to maintain security and stability in the brotherly Iraq and the region. Saudi Arabia is an ally of the United States and the regional rival to Iran. You are listening to our program International News, where we bring you news from across the globe. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more updates from across the world. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com and our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani, in a telephone call with Italy's Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte, stressed the need for the EU to adopt independent stance on regional issues. The IRNA news agency reported that during the phone call, the two sides described friendship of the two nations as deep-rooted, saying that the two countries' capacities should be used in line with deepening bilateral relations and strengthening peace and security in the region. President Rouhani said that the assassination of Lieutenant General Soleimani by US is a serious threat to regional security, urging the EU to take independent stance on main regional issues. He said that establishment of security in the region is possible only if all respect the law and try to prevent recurrence of such incidents across the globe. According to IRNA, the Italian PM called for easing tensions in the region, saying that Italy will do its best to reduce tension and reinforce peace and security in the region. He also highlighted significance of the Iran nuclear deal and ways to preserve the international deal despite the US obstructionism. In Afghanistan, a Taliban splinter group commander and several other fighters were killed in US airstrike in the western province of Herat. The provincial governor's spokesman said the commander, named as Mullah Nagyaleh, was killed in Shindand district close to the border with Iran. A senior provincial police source said the airstrike had been carried out by a US drone. In Australia, government issued new warnings and evacuation notices across the country's heavily populated southeast as a return of hot weather fanned huge bushfires threatening several towns and communities. A disaster notice in Victoria State already in place, and people in the danger zones were told to leave. In neighbouring New South Wales State, authorities told residents to prepare for worsening weather conditions. Victoria Emergency Services Minister Lisa Neville said in a televised briefing that these fires are absolutely still moving and still growing, and they pose significant risk to communities. 26 people have died, thousands have been made homeless, and thousands of others have had to evacuate repeatedly as the monster fires have scorched through more than 10.3 million hectares of land. Authorities have warned that the summer fire season, spurred by high temperatures and strong winds, will continue until the country experiences good rainfall. The U.S. House of Representatives have approved a symbolic resolution seeking to limit President Donald Trump's ability to make war on Iran. The measures passed the Democratic-run chamber 224 to 194, but faces an uphill task in the Republican-held state. It aims to mandate congressional approval for any conflict with Iran, except in cases of an imminent attack against the U.S. Speaking to reporters about the resolution, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said Trump must de-escalate and must prevent further violence. The government of Nepal is following with serious concern the recent developments in West Asian region. According to a press release issued by Nepal's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the region hosts a large number of Nepali migrant workers, and therefore security and safety of Nepali people in the region becomes a matter of utmost priority for Nepal. It has called upon all sides to exercise restraints from taking measures and actions that contribute to the escalation of tension and endanger peace and stability in the region. The release further said it has been a principled position of Nepal that all disputes and differences must be resolved through peaceful means. US President Donald Trump yesterday said that negotiations for the second phase of a pending US-China trade deal will begin promptly, but the outcome may wait until after this year's elections. Mr. Trump's remarks come days before Beijing's trade envoy is due to Washington to sign a Phase 1 agreement marking a pause in two sides' nearly two-year trade war. After efforts to reach a grand bargain proved elusive last year, the two sides agreed in December to a partial deal addressing only one of Washington's grievances about Chinese trade practices. U.S. Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer said, as part of the Phase 1 deal, China has committed to a minimum of $200 billion in increased purchases over the next 2 years from the United States. The UK government's bill for Britain's exit from the European Union (EU) on January 31st was finally cleared by the House of Commons last night as MPs voted for it 330 votes to 231. The EU Withdrawal Agreement Bill, or the Brexit Bill, passed its third reading in the Commons with a majority of 99 for Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Mr. Johnson, who had won a landslide election last month with a promise to leave the 28-member economic bloc by the latest end of January. It marks a historic moment for the bill, which has been repeatedly defeated in Parliament in its various forms in the past, creating parliamentary gridlock over Brexit. The bill will now go to the House of Lords on Monday for voting before royal assent from Queen Elizabeth II to become law. The Indian consulate in Dubai will issue passports under the Tatkal scheme on the same day with certain conditions. The announcement was made by Consul General Vipul on the occasion of the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas celebrations yesterday. The Consul General was addressing the Indian expats who had gathered in large numbers on the occasion. However, he said that the application for the passport had to be made before noon and additional fees will be charged for the service. The passport will be given to the applicant by the evening. Passports under the Tatkal scheme, in any case, were being given within 24 hours. The announcement came as a boon, especially for people who have to travel under emergency conditions. The consulate in Dubai receives about 850 applications for passport applications. In 2019, the consulate issued more than 200,000 passports, over 2,500 emergency certificates, one-way travel documents, over 2,800 police clearance certificates, and provided 72,000 attestation services, including registration of births and deaths. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com and our YouTube channel News on AIR Official. You are listening to our program International News, where we bring you news from across the globe. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more updates from across the globe. Embassy of India in Beijing celebrated the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas yesterday. The event saw huge participation by enthusiastic Indian diaspora in China. Addressing the gathering, Ambassador Vikram Misri said there are various initiatives put in place by the government to connect Pravasis more closely with their motherland to get benefited from their knowledge and expertise. He urged the Indian community in China to be in touch with the embassy by registering themselves. Indian community also presented some cultural programs during the event and showcased the activities taken up by them round the year. The gathering also listened to live addresses by the External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. Tijani Muhammad Bande, President of the 74th session of the United Nations General Assembly, is in UAE to participate in the 10th General Assembly of the International Renewable Energy Agency, IRENA. He was received by Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces. The Emirates news agency reported that both leaders discussed ways of reinforcing the humanitarian and developmental cooperation between the UAE and the UN. They highlighted the importance of supporting the environment, countering climate change and achieving sustainable development, especially in the areas of health and education. They also discussed how to maintain security, peace and stability around the world, as well as several topics of mutual concern. A high-level military delegation led by Lieutenant General Ranbir Singh, commander of the Indian Army's Northern Command, yesterday visited Xinjiang, the politically important northwest province of China bordering Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. He held talks with senior Chinese military leaders in province's capital Urumqi on issues of mutual interest. Today he will visit a regiment of the Xinjiang Military Command. As per the tweets of Indian Army's Northern Command, the delegation has also met the commander of the Western Theatre Command, General Zhao Zongqi, in Chengdu on Wednesday and discussed issues of joint training and further peace at borders. Western Theatre Command covers entire India-China border and is the most important from the viewpoint of border dispute resolutions and regional security environment. Earlier on Tuesday, Lieutenant General Singh called on General Hung Wei-go, Chief of People's Liberation Army of China, in Beijing, where both exchanged views on measures to further enhance peace and tranquility along the borders. Visit will be concluded tomorrow after a visit to Shanghai. Our Beijing correspondent reports that the visit is part of the agreed defense engagements between both the sides agreed during the annual defense dialogues. The visit is aimed at enhancing confidence-building measures between armies of both sides, mainly Northern Command in India and Western Theatre Command in China, to understand each other's sensitivities on the ground and avoid misunderstandings along the border. In the past 2 years, there has been increased frequency of high-level visits between armies of both the countries to enhance military coordination, trust and understanding. This visit comes just after the joint military exercise Hand in Hand 2019 held between the two armies in Meghalaya in December 2019, in line with the vision of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Xi Jinping. After two informal summits, high-level exchanges between the defense forces of both the countries are considered vital to enhance the mutual trust and cooperation. Reigning world champion P.V. Sindhu will take on world number 1 Chinese Taipei shuttler Tai Zhu-ying in women's singles quarter-final match in Malaysia Masters Super 500 badminton tournament in Kuala Lumpur today. In another quarter-final match, Saina Nehwal will clash with Olympic champion Spaniard Carolina Marin. In the pre-quarter-final match, 6th-seeded Sindhu notched up a commanding 21-10, 21-15 victory over Japan's Aya Ohori, and Saina Nehwal beat 8th-seeded An Se-yong of South Korea 25-23, 21-12 yesterday. In the men's singles, India's challenge ended after both Samir Verma and H.S. Pranoy crashed out in the second round. Verma lost to Malaysia's Lee Zizia 19-21-20-22. Pranay was shown the door by top seed Kento Momota of Japan 14-21, 16-21. In cricket, the third and final T20 international match between India and Sri Lanka will be played today at Maharashtra Cricket Association MCA Stadium in Pune. The match will start at 7 p.m. India leads the series 1-0, while the first match was abandoned due to rain. India secured a massive 7-wicket victory over Sri Lanka in the second T20. Today is World Hindi Day. The day is commemorated every year with the objective to promote US use of Hindi language abroad. Special functions are being organized to mark the occasion. On the day in 2006, the first World Hindi Conference was organized in Nagpur with the aim to promote the language worldwide, and since then, every year, 10th January is being observed as the World Hindi Day. Ministry of External Affairs and Indian missions abroad are observing the day annually. Extending his best wishes to citizens on the occasion of World Hindi Day, Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar said, Hindi and Indian languages are very beautiful. He said the use of Indian languages on the web and mobile is increasing. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Washington says Iranian air defense missiles accidentally brought down Ukrainian airliner that killed all 176 people aboard. Tehran challenges international suggestions. Australia, government issues new warnings and evacuation notices across the heavily populated southeast in the wake of huge bushfires. In United Kingdom, House of Commons clears Brexit bill, paving the way for Britain's exit from the European Union on January the 31st. And in sports, world champion PV Sindhu to take on Chinese Taipei shuttler Tsai Zhu Ying in the women's singles quarter-final match of Malaysia Masters Super 500 badminton tournament in Kuala Lumpur today, and the third and final T20 international cricket match between India and Sri Lanka to be played in Pune. India lead the series 1-0.